Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the Snowboard Pro Camp live chat. Kevin here, coming to you guys from inside my car. It's actually pouring rain outside here in Vancouver. So yeah, I gotta be in my car today, but awesome. Thank you guys all so much for joining in. Super stoked to be on this Friday live stream with you guys. Definitely hit me up with any questions you have about snowboarding or any kind of related topics. And yeah, let's get into it. Thanks again for joining, guys. Tomorrow is the first day that the Whistler Summer Glacier opens. So tomorrow, gonna be hopefully up snowboarding again. So pretty stoked to be snowboarding up on Whistler tomorrow. Been having a few good days off. Been hitting up the trampoline center in Whistler, Bounce. Excuse me, guys. I've been doing some skateboarding and some hiking, just trying to do lots of stuff to stay busy, stay active in Whistler. And yeah, I've been having some good times. So let's get into some of your questions. Thanks again, everyone who's joining in. Let's see who's on the chat here. What's up, Seahorse? Party Quackers. Sister JJ, thanks for tuning in. Old Man Shredder, great job on the videos, man. Been checking out your YouTube videos. Loving your new skate setup, and yeah, you're getting the skating done, man. That's awesome. We'll have to come out and skate with you sometime. Justin Visey, thanks for tuning in, Justin. Jose, I got you, Jose. Lucifer Morningstar. And Lauren, thanks for tuning in. Awesome. It'd be awesome to hear from you guys too, where you guys are watching from. So we got the world's largest snowboard community here at Snowboard Pro Camp. So let us know which part of the world you're watching from. Today, I'm in Vancouver, BC, Canada. In Vancouver to do a few things in the city, and gonna actually hit up some snowboard shops right after this. So let me know where you guys are watching from, and yeah, definitely hit me up with some questions. If you guys are doing any kind of like off-season snowboard training or like getting into other board sports, let me know. I know for a lot of you guys too, if you're in the southern hemisphere, then snowboarding in the winter is just starting. So that's pretty exciting. And yeah, I've got some plans too to get down to New Zealand and Australia coming up in August. So pretty excited about that. So yeah, let me know what you guys are up to. If you guys have any trips planned, any snowboarding, any board sports, just anything like that. So yeah, let's see what are you guys saying. Sunglass Rob, what's up, Sunglass Rob? Thanks for tuning in, Rob. Miss you, man. Oliver says hello from New Zealand. What's up, Oliver? Justin Visey says, you sound a lot better than last week. Thanks, man. Yeah, Sunglass Rob. Oh yeah, I'm wearing the Sporter X hat, man. Yeah, if you guys get a chance, go check out the Sporter X YouTube channel. They're putting up tons of videos on sunglasses, goggles, and Rob is the he's the what's the word for it? He's the eyewear guru. He knows his stuff. And what's up, Jordan Main? Thanks for tuning in. Annalyn Tan Torres from Seattle. Awesome, thanks for watching. Elliot Penner. Addie Lincoln. Jordan Anderson. Just a reminder too, guys, this is a super chat. So if you have a question that you really need answering, super chat's an awesome way to support the channel and then get your question highlighted as well. Speaking of, it looks like we've got a super chat. So Old Man Shredder, awesome, thanks, man, with the super chat. Thanks so much. Thanks for the support. And Old Man Shredder says, how did you do to promote the channel when you started out? Any tips on how to improve and spread? Thanks for watching my vids, and thanks for the shout out. Yeah, Old Man Shredder, definitely keep it up, man. And yeah, if you guys get a chance, go check out Old Man Shredder's YouTube page. He's putting up videos on skating and board sports like that. So when I started out, I feel like like my background with YouTube was, I feel like it was a little bit unique in that I saw that there wasn't many like free snowboard tutorials on YouTube. And that was what I did day in and day out, teaching snowboarding. So it was like a very easy transition for me to just like, I was just making strict snowboard tutorial content when I first started. And because there wasn't much other content out there, I thought that there was just like a hole there and an opportunity. So I started to make tutorial videos. And I also I focused on beginners, like mostly like beginner content, because I knew from my experience that if you have 100 snowboarders coming to learn, that like 75% of them are sort of in the beginner to intermediate range. And so I focused a lot of my content on like teaching those people about snowboarding. And that's what like I truly, even still today, love to do. Love to like get people into snowboarding and get people like, you know, along the way and sort of like tell them all the shortcuts to get better. So that's always been my passion. And so that was a very easy thing for me to do, was to start making videos about it because I loved it. So I would say for you or for anyone out there who wants to get into YouTube, it's about sharing like what you're passionate about, because for YouTube to work, you need to be doing it like all the time. And to do something all the time, it's easier when you love it. So find the thing that you love, share that. And then I feel like in terms of finding an audience, you almost need to be providing people with some kind of value. So, you know, depending on what you love to do, you almost need to be giving people insight and then like value where they can like watch it. I guess it doesn't always have to be value, but that's what worked for me. So people can tune in because it's entertaining, or they can tune in because they learn something, or both. And then they'll also tune in for a personality. So at first, I think my personality wasn't in it very much. It was more just about giving people the information. But yeah, I feel like nowadays too, like you need to have the personality. So yeah, you just got to find that balance of what you're passionate about and then what kind of value you want to give to people. And then make it entertaining, put your personality into it, do it your own way. I think it's helpful too if you find topics. So a good example is like recently I got a new camera. So the video I'm going to be uploading soon is actually about just testing my camera out. I take it out on a hike, and it's kind of like, it's what I do. It's just sharing what I do, but there's also a topic involved. So it's a new camera, new vlogging camera, and then I share like the camera model and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like, you know, you want to be doing your passion, have a topic so that when, you know, something that you maybe know that people are searching for too. So if you, for example, land a new trick on your skateboard, it could be like, you know, landing my first trick, or like finally landed a kickflip, or like something like that. So, and then people are searching for that too. They're like, oh, I want to learn how to land a kickflip. And so, yeah, I think those are the ingredients to starting to spread your YouTube channel. And another super chat from Justin Visey. Thanks, Justin, man. Appreciate the support. And Justin says, hashtag snowboard bachelor party trip fund. Awesome. Thanks, man. Congrats to you and Jill, brother. Awesome. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate that, man. Actually, yeah, today too, the reason we're down in Vancouver as well is that so we're going to get married November 1st down here in the city. And we're going to go to a few restaurants in Vancouver and try a few different places out for the wedding dinner. So thanks for that, man. I appreciate it. And Shred1904 with the super chat as well. And Shred1904, yo, going to Landgraf now. Awesome. Shout out to Carlos, Stefano, and Anastasia. Hashtag taco fun. Awesome. Thanks, Narav. Have fun. Have a safe trip down to Landgraf. If you guys don't know, Landgraf is a indoor snowboard and ski slope in near Amsterdam. So that's pretty awesome. So indoor snowboarding in Holland. So that's where they're heading to. Narav, yeah. Yannick, have a safe, fun trip down there, guys. Justin, man, too. If we ever get to meet up, we'll have like a beer together or something. Appreciate it, man. All right, and Old Man Shredder, looking forward to checking out your next video too. Definitely gonna be looking out for it. Yeah, that's a good reminder too. If you guys haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel and then hit the notification bell beside the subscribe button, and then you guys will get notified every time I go live or every time I upload a video. So that's pretty cool too. And Red's Cap, welcome to the live stream, man, from Rialto, California. Awesome. Lucifer, oh, talking to Lauren. Noah O'Neill, congrats, Kev. Thanks, man. Thanks for the congrats, guys. Jose says, Kevin, are you going back to the Salomon Huck knife, or what's your next board going to be? Ooh, that's a lot of fun, actually. I've been looking at some of the 2019 boards. My whole like philosophy with choosing boards is I kind of want to continue to like try different boards and just keep like seeing how different boards feel and just learning more about snowboards. So that's why, you know, 2 winters ago, I had the Salomon Huck knife, and that was my only board for the whole season. And in the past before that too, I would just have like 1 board a season. And now I'm trying to experiment. I think ideally I'd like to have like, say, 3 boards, a park board, an all mountain board, and a powder board, and then just like really get the feel of each over a season and continue to like change it up every season. That way, like I get new experience, and then I can pass on that knowledge, and just for myself too, to like understand how different boards feel with different technologies. So I've been looking at some different boards, a few boards that I'm pretty excited about for next season. What's one of the boards? Some of the ride boards look really cool. I would love to try out some of the Ride Warpig, maybe as an all mountain board. I'm pretty interested in trying that out. For my park board, I'm actually really interested in trying out some of the Capitas. So the Capita DOA, and some of the Capita boards are actually very similar to the Salomon Huck knife, where they have like a camber under your feet and then rocker on the nose and tail. And that style is becoming more popular now. So instead of going back to the Salomon Huck knife, I can try a similar board in a different brand. So looking at some of the Capita park boards, they just look like a lot of fun to ride as well. So that's one of the reasons I want to try some of those boards out. Never ridden them, and they look like fun. And then for a powder board, I've been looking at some of the K2 snowboards. So I know that TJ was pretty stoked on I think it's the Capita 76. I think that's what it's called. But there's a few Capita shapes that look, K2 shapes that look really, really interesting. So I've been looking at some of the K2 powder snowboards as well. But I'll keep you guys notified as the new season comes up. Gonna continue just to look into the new lineup of boards that are coming out. And yeah, really want to hone in, try some different stuff, but then also find some boards that are like, number one, that I'm excited to ride. Number two, that has some like new tech in it that is just like fun to try and to get the feel for. And then finally, something that like I'd be stoked to recommend to you guys. So those are like the things I'm looking for in boards. And the Salomon Huck knife is an amazing board, but I already know how that board feels. So I kind of want to find something new. Awesome, guys. And just to let you guys know too, sometimes the questions, they fly by a bit too fast and I can't get back. But if I miss your question, I'll definitely do my best to get to it. But right now, I think we've got another super chat. Oh, no, same ones from those guys. Back to the top. All right, NGen's on the live chat. What's up, NGen? Thanks for tuning in. Shadow Pig 108, what's up? The Shorty asks, is the huck knife good for a beginner, for someone who hasn't snowboarded before but has skateboarded? Yeah, absolutely. So the cool thing with the design of the huck knife is that it's got camber under the feet, which if you picture like a flat board, it basically just like rises a little bit in the center. And what that means is that when you push on it, it keeps the entire length of that edge like in contact with the snow, which is really good for control. And it's also really good for pop. So if you want to do like an ollie or something, it's really great. And then on the nose and tail, the nose and tail actually kind of like raise away from the snow a little bit, which is great for making the board more catch free. And will also make you turn a little bit easier. So those are all great things for beginner, intermediate riders. But I think the best thing about the huck knife for beginners is that it's a board that's a little bit on like the lower end of the price scale. So it's around, I think like $400 American. And that's kind of like what you want to look for a beginner board. About around the $400 price range American, because going any higher than that, you're going to get a bunch of tech in the board that you might not make the most of. And for your first board too, you're probably going to scratch it up and ding it and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I think the type of board that's like a huck knife is a great beginner board as well. And Emilian Popoff is up on here too. What's up, Emilian? Noah O'Neill. And Red's Cap has a question. He says, Kevin, I'm a beginner and had my lesson there in Whistler. I want to learn more next season. My wife lives in Vancouver. Do you offer a lesson, or I'll just keep watching your uploaded videos? Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you get to ride up in Whistler. Very cool that you guys live in Vancouver too, or around Vancouver. I actually don't do lessons for a couple of reasons. One reason is that I'm not allowed to. You're not supposed to be giving lessons outside of the Whistler programs, but the Whistler programs are amazing too. So it's awesome to go through them. But the other reason is I'm just so busy with like making the videos, trying to put up a video every day. So because of that too, yeah, I just don't have the time to do the lessons, but would love to. If I ever see you on the slope and you want like a few tips, I'd be more than happy to ride with you and give you some tips. But yeah, don't do the lessons for money or anything like that. But yeah, the Whistler programs are amazing as well. So if you can do more of those are great. And then if you can add in watching some of the tutorial videos and so gain some of that knowledge too, I feel like that's the best way. Yeah, if you ever do the private lessons, my friend Luke Mortner works in privates, and he's one of the best instructors, in my opinion, in Whistler. And Jen says, for indoor wax, wax your board with cold wax, minus 15 degrees Celsius. Indoor snow is like sandpaper. Oh, that's really good to know, actually. I'd never thought about that. It's like, what temperature wax do you use for an indoor place? But I guess, yeah, they keep it pretty cold in there. Jordan Main says, get the Rome Mod Stale, LOL. Yeah, maybe I will. He must have a good board. And Hamish Jarvis says, when are you coming to New Zealand? So I think I'll be out in New Zealand in August. I've got the flights all set up. Just gotta book them. Coordinating that with TJ as well. Noah says, solo rider in Ohio with no true snowboarding friends. Any tips to get better when riding by yourself? Yeah, definitely. Depends on what you want to do, but I feel like if every time you go up with some kind of goal of what you want to work on. So whether it's, picking more, making yourself do more switch runs, or, going for a grab you've never done, just always kind of like pushing yourself in one way or another. I feel like that's the best way. And it's something I got to remind myself to do too, is just to, even when I go up solo, I find that when I'm riding solo, sometimes I can actually have the most time to work on things by myself. So yeah, riding solo can be a good thing. And the shorty says, hey, from Australia, got a question. My best friend is moving to Whistler, going there on a holiday working visa, but we'll be immigrating there. What is accommodation like, etc., with pricing? Do you know? Yeah, so finding a place to live in Whistler is really tough and expensive. There's just like a crazy housing shortage in Whistler. They keep saying they're gonna fix it, but I don't think they ever will. But yeah, there's just not enough places to live, and there's too many people that want to live in Whistler. So it's created a bit of a housing shortage. So the best thing to do, and what I've done, is to get onto Craigslist and just refresh the page, and as soon as you see like a new listing, you know, email them or call them and try to have all your info ready to go so that you can, you know, jump onto a place if you get the chance. There's also like a Whistler locals housing group on Facebook, so you can try to join that and get onto like the Whistler locals kind of like insider place. So yeah, it's pretty expensive, I would say. It depends. If you're a couple and you're looking for a 1-bedroom apartment, you're probably looking at around like $1,800. If you're a single person, you can maybe share a room for around $700 or $800 a month. And then if you want your own, say like 2-bedroom place, it's probably going to be around $2,200, something like that. So it's expensive, but yeah, people make it happen. Awesome. Red's Cap says, Kevin, I want to give for the fun, hashtag Chipotle or hashtag taco, and he's not sure how. Anyone can tell me how? Much appreciated. I think there's like a super chat button somewhere. It's like kind of like beside where you type in your question, but I don't think it works on iPhones. So it might not be working on an iPhone. All right. And Chill Production says, would you ever come back to Tahoe? Yeah, we'd love to come back to Tahoe at some point. The time that we were there, I think it hadn't snowed yet. We were there in, excuse me guys, we were there in January, and I don't think they had gotten any snow at all. So we were just riding man-made snow at North Star. But the thing I loved about North Star was the park setup was awesome. It just had like, from the entire length of the chairlift, pretty much, there was park features. So I did really love the park setup in North Star. So hopefully we'll be back. Yeah, we have some friends in Mammoth, so maybe go down to Mammoth and visit, and then do another trip up to Tahoe again and hope for more snow next time. But the park was amazing, so we'll let you know if I ever get back there. And Gracie says, hey Kevin from Australia, do you ever ski? I don't actually ever ski. I used to ski like 15, 20 years ago, but it's just too expensive to keep on like both sets of equipment and everything. And yeah, it would be a real bummer if I like went skiing and hurt myself too. So maybe I'll probably like avoid skiing. I think I avoid other dangerous activities that aren't snowboarding, because if I'm gonna hurt myself, it's gotta be snowboarding. Because if I hurt myself doing something else, then that'll be a real bummer. Connor Blencow says, what is the best place for snowboarding? Wow, that's a tough one. I think one of the best places is Whistler, Japan, and Austria. Those are some of my tops. Hey, what's up, CJ Explored? Thanks for tuning in, man. I'm just gonna go back to the most recent comments here. And we got a super chat from Emilian Popov. Awesome, thanks Emilian, thanks for the support. And Emilian says, to all the EU shredders, if someone is planning to visit one of the French glaciers this summer, hit me up. Kev, can't wait for the new vid with TJ and Garrett. Awesome, man. Yeah, you know your stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna be going down to meet up with TJ and Garrett soon. So I think on the 16th, I'm gonna be picking up Garrett from the airport, and then we're gonna be at session 1 for the High Cascade Snowboard Camp at Timberline up on Mount Hood. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Ooh, a million if we're gonna hit up a French glacier too, I'll let you know. That's a pretty awesome offer. And Adam from Bad Riders with the super chat as well. Thanks, Adam. And he says, sup Kev, opening weekend for us here, and I'm up on Mount Buller. Awesome, in Victoria. Thanks for the GoPro tip vid. It's my first season using a gimbal. Oh, amazing, man. Yeah, looking forward to checking out some of your videos, dude. Yeah, the gimbal is a huge game changer with the GoPro. It just takes a bit of time to get used to, because once you set the angle on the gimbal, you kind of got to stay with that. So if you're filming, like, you know, if you got the angle tilted down and following somebody from behind, you got to sort of stay behind. Same if you're filming from the side and you got the gimbal a bit more level, you got to stay like right beside. And it's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you kind of get the hang of it, then you get some like really awesome shots. So yeah, have fun with it, man. Experiment, and yeah, if you can get a pole, do you have a pole for it? Because using the pole gets you those like cool looking drone shots too, so that's pretty fun. I think one of the videos I was thinking of making too is like tips for like editing videos. So if you guys are keen on that, let me know as well. And Cameron Halmraz says, have you looked at getting the Mountain Collective Pass for the upcoming season? Comes in great at those non-Vail resorts like Mammoth. Yeah, I've been looking at some of those other like collective passes, like the Mountain Collective, the Icon, Epic Pass. Yeah, lots of different ones to get. Yeah, gonna be looking into those, because it would be great to go to some of the non-Epic Pass resorts for sure. Black Pearl says, are the ski slopes in New Zealand expensive? I think they are. I don't know what it is. Maybe if somebody can help me out. But I went to Cardrona about 10 years ago, and I think the day passes were like $80 a day. So I imagine now they must be up around $120 a day maybe. If anyone can check that for me, that'd be awesome. But I think, yeah, New Zealand and Australia, skiing is expensive. Equipment is really expensive down there too. I was looking at some of the Australian websites, and the price of snowboards in Australia is almost double. It's super expensive. And Landmark Zoso says Travis Rice, Terrier Hackinson, or Craig Kelly. Ooh, go with Travis Rice. And yeah, Travis Rice is just because he's had a couple movies that I like. I think a good sign of a really successful snowboarder or snowboard movie is when it like breaks out of like the core like group of snowboarders and into the mainstream. And I can remember when the first Red Bull movie came out with Travis Rice in it, and I remember like a lot of my friends that weren't even snowboarders were like talking about it and like asking me about it. And I was somebody like, I would always like put snowboard videos on and like wanted to show them to my friends. But with some of those Red Bull movies with Travis Rice, like my friends that were just kind of casual snowboarders or who didn't even snowboard would be really into watching them, or they would even like request me to put them on. So I think he broke more into the mainstream, I think, than anyone else. What's up, Jack Skate? Thanks for tuning in, man. Gracie McClintock, Connor. Chill Production says, go surfing. Would love to. Yep. Would love to do more surfing. It's so hard though. Justin says, Kevin, can you speak about the importance of steering your snowboard with your knees on intermediate and advanced terrain? Yeah, absolutely. I feel like steering with your knees is super important. I feel like when you're beginner intermediate, you start by like sort of steering with your front knee, and almost like both knees are sort of moving together. And one of the techniques or tricks is like you get somebody, if you're teaching, you get someone to pretend like they have a light on their front knee and then like shine the light in the direction that they want to go. And then as you become more advanced and you sort of get into more advanced intermediate and advanced riding, then each knee becomes like a separate independent steering knee. And a good way to feel this, and this is what I used to do too, is I would ride my like normal way, riding goofy, and really focus on steering with each knee independently, and then getting the real feel for that, and you know, getting low and steering with those knees, and then turning and riding switch, and then feeling how much more difficult it is to steer with each knee independent. So yeah, that's a kind of a cool way. You can kind of see the progression of your switch riding and how much you use your knees just riding regular compared to riding switch. So yeah, super important. And then when you get to more like advanced terrain and steeper terrain, it really, like, all those techniques and stuff that you work on sort of the more beginner like blue and green runs, if you can really get it solid on those runs, then when you take it to like a black diamond or something, yeah, then all that like work and like proper technique really pays off later on. Booster Plus Gaming says, would you ever get a tattoo? I don't think so. I just don't like, getting a tattoo is a lot of effort and like can be expensive, and it's just not important to me. I think maybe as somebody, like, if I had nothing to do and I was somewhere where I couldn't, I don't know, I was bored and somebody offered me a free tattoo, maybe I would get it, but I just don't have the time for tattoos. And Cosyatic says, planning my trip to Whistler this winter, any recommendations on where to stay? Closer to the mountain versus in town? Yeah, so basically the town is the closest place to the mountain. So if you can stay in town, then you're close to the mountain. It's pretty cool. Like, yeah, obviously that's the more expensive, the most expensive place to stay is like in the village itself. But it's cool. Yeah, if you do stay there, then you can just walk into the little village. Like, they have a village stroll there's no cars. It's just foot traffic, and you can walk right to the gondola. Awesome, guys. Just gonna scroll down to the bottom again, and we got a super chat from Reds Cap. Awesome, man. Thanks Reds for the super chat. For hashtag snowboarding beginner lesson videos. Thanks, Kevin. Awesome. Thanks. I'm happy that those beginner videos helped you out, man. I've got some plans to make some more beginner videos coming up next time we get onto snow. So yeah, look out for some more. If you probably don't need them anymore though, but for all the other new snowboarders out there, gonna always try to like update those videos and maybe like talk about something or show something in a different angle to get all those new snowboarders up and snowboarding as fast as possible. So yeah, really appreciate it, man. Black Pearl says, do you take part in competitions? No, I'm too old. All the guys that are like competing in competitions are probably like 17 years old, and they're doing like doubles and triples and crazy stuff like that. And Old Man Shredder says, Craig was great too, but Terrier was the first snowboard hero of mine, and he is still an inspiration. Absolutely. I actually saw him last summer at the High Cascade camp at Mount Hood. but I was too nervous to go say hi. But if I see him there this year, then I'll definitely say hello. All right. Riley Hughes, I'm thinking about switching to a camber dominant board from a flat board. How big of a difference would a camber board feel on rails compared to a flat board? That's a good question. I feel like it kind of depends on like how stiff the board is. So that's something to definitely look into for like pressing on rails or anything like that. The camber itself probably will affect it just slightly, but I think the biggest thing will be the stiffness. So if you're going from a flat board that's a 5 to a camber board that's a 5, there's probably not much difference. But if you're going from, it might be just a little bit more harder to press, but yeah, take a look at the stiffness. That's what I would say is the most important. And Sarah Lynn says, is it better to have a snowboard that is too long or too short? For the most part, I just like going fast and carving, occasionally Park 2. So if you're somebody that, like, if your preference is to do more riding fast and carving, then you probably want it to be a little bit too long. I would say that if you're mainly into ride park, then you want it too short. But yeah, probably a little bit too long if you love carving and riding fast. It's just going to give you more stability, and it's going to keep you on your edge longer, and yeah, just make riding fast feel more comfortable. And Lauren with the super chat. Thanks, Lauren. Thanks for the support. And Lauren says, UK, thanks for your videos. So helpful. Made great progress linking my turns today, which has been a major goal. Feel so happy right now. Awesome. Hashtag taco fund. Thanks, Lauren. Oh, so happy that helped you out. Way to go in linking your turns. Very cool. That's like one of the milestones for sure. Once you get start to link those turns, then you're snowboarding. That's it. Awesome. Way to go. Yeah, just keep it up. Keep linking those turns. Get the rhythm happening so you can, you can count to your head to get a rhythm happening or whatever you want to do. And then, yeah, once, yeah, spray a little bit of snow to control your speed and just keep those linking turns going. That's awesome. 4ZD asks, do you play Fortnite? I do not. No time. Daniel Z, what's up, Daniel? Thanks for tuning in, man. Cosmos Kitty, any tips for getting around on the piste? On the piste or off? Oh, skating on the piste. Yeah, for sure. So I think that with skating, there's kind of like a few different opinions out there, but I find it easiest when you keep most of your weight on the foot that's not connected to your board. Then you can like kind of pick your board up and maneuver it and turn it whichever way you want. It's almost like if you're leaning too much on your board, then it can start to slide away from you, and that's when you can do the splits. So kind of like if you're walking with your snowboard, try to keep like a little bit more of your weight onto the foot that's free and doing the walking, and that's just gonna make you feel a bit more stable. And then also with your board, don't have it completely flat, have it on a little bit of an edge, because that edge will also keep it from sliding away from you. And if you're on a little bit of a hill, try to like walk with your free foot on the side so that you can get the edge into the snow that'll stop you from like sliding down if you're on a little bit of a hill. And just practice it lots. Like I think skating is one of those things when you're a beginner, you can spend 5 or 10 minutes every time you go. Just practice like skating around. Find like a small hill that you can like ride down the hill with one foot, and then it flattens out. That's like a great way to practice getting ready for the chairlift. It's a good, or if you have like a button lift or a T-bar, just like skating and gliding with one foot is a good way to practice for all that stuff too. So yeah, skating is really important as a beginner intermediate, because it can, yeah, help you overcome the chairlift, help you, yeah, get on and off those T-bars and button lifts and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you know, you can just spend like 5 minutes every morning trying it, and it'll really, yeah, help you in those situations. Rob Gams, what's up, man? Rob says, just jumped on now. Work messing with my priorities. Yeah, nice, man. And Jen says, Jamie Lynn is my all-time hero. I got some lessons from him way back in Verbier. Wow, Mountain High Snowboard Camp. Awesome, that's so cool. Riley Hughes says, thanks, Kevin, love your videos, keep it up. Thanks, Riley. Chill Productions says, I really want to go to High Cascade. Yeah, it's awesome. If you ever get the chance, if you can come for one of the sessions, it's really, really cool experience. It's awesome up there. And Mitchell Carson says, I normally size a 157. Is it okay if I get a board that is a 159 or 155? It is all the sizes that are left in stock for now, the off axis that I'm trying to buy. It will be my second board. I think it depends. It's like if you want it for, if you're going a little bit smaller, you might have a little bit less stability, but better for the park. If you get a little bit longer, it's a bit more, you know, you'll be a bit more stable for like all mountain riding. So those are your kind of two ways to go there. And Rufus Griffin, what skateboard bearings do you have? I actually don't know. I think my wheels are like, I think they're Tony Hawk wheels. So I don't know what bearings I have. I'll take a look. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thanks again for all your questions, guys. You guys are killing it today. And Jay Bao, what's up, Jay? Says, where are you now? So I'm actually down in Vancouver for the day. Was planning on doing the live chat outdoors somewhere, but it's pouring rain outside. So I'm on Commercial Drive in Vancouver, BC, Canada. And Jen says, Kev, what snowboard socks do you like? So yeah, the brand that I have is called Instance. At least it's called Instance in Canada. And then in the States, and I don't know if it's the rest of the world, it's called just Stance. But yeah, they seem pretty good. It seems like every snowboard shop I walk into in Canada or the US has these like Stance socks. So that's just what I've been going with. But yeah, for some reason in Canada, they're called Instance. I think maybe there's some kind of trademark thing happening there. Lucas Zanel says, do you ride with Dawn Wheeler? I think so. Is it Dawn? Is she a girl? Dawn Wheeler. Maybe. Extreme for Life says, thanks for teaching me 360 at snowboarding. Awesome, yeah. Happy that you got it. Way to go. And Jay Bow's watching from New Brunswick, Canada. Awesome, man. And Lauren says, man, we're dedicated being up at these crazy hours. Awesome. Well, thanks for staying up with us today. Thanks, Lauren. Where are you watching from, Lauren? Are you over in, you must be in Europe. Well, thanks for staying up. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for all the questions. You guys are also all talking to each other. That's pretty awesome to see. And Jen says it's 1 a.m. in Europe. Oh, damn. Good thing it's Friday night. Jay Bao says he's a skier, but still likes watching you and David. Awesome. And Black Pearl says, have you been to Laax in Switzerland? Yeah, check out some of the videos from back in, I think we were there in February. But yeah, we did a few days in Locks. Awesome time, great terrain there. There was some powder. All the chairs and gondolas were super nice in Switzerland. And it was really expensive there too. It was like $25 for a burger. It's crazy. Sarah Lynn Patterson, if I got into skateboarding or longboarding, is it gonna help me with snowboarding at all, or are they not enough alike to do it? No, yeah, you will definitely, if you get into skateboarding or longboarding, it'll definitely help your balance. Those skateboarding and longboarding, they're harder than snowboarding, but at the same time, like, you can do them at any time you want. Like, you can just go out in your driveway and practice. But yeah, those things will improve your balance like big time. And snowboarding is easy compared to skateboarding or longboarding, so it'll definitely help your snowboarding. Justin Visey, is there going to be a Patreon today? No, but I'll do it tomorrow, and I'll publish. I'll give you guys lots of notice in advance. So I'll when I book it, I'll book it like 4 or 5 hours ahead so that you guys have lots of notice. I would normally do it after this, but yeah, I'm down here sitting in my car in Vancouver, and it's just not a very good. It's not a good spot for the Patreon. Ryan Bingui Man says, in Switzerland, there are all the Spanish thieves. What the heck? I don't know. It's a weird comment. Ben Tukey says, you guys should come try out the parks at a nice mountain near me called Sunday River in Maine. Oh, it sounds pretty nice. Sunday River, Maine. Well, if we're ever in Maine, Vermont, in the area, we'll come by. Rob Gam says, Stance Park socks for the win. All right, yeah, I'm loving them. Elliot Penner says, Kevin, what age did you get into snowboarding? So how old was I? I was like 15. Yeah, basically I was a skier, and yeah, my friend, like all my friends skied as well. And then we started to see snowboarders more and more on the runs. And then I remember I had one friend who had a car who snowboarded. So he was giving me rides to the mountain. And then we just, one day he like taught me to snowboard. And then since then I've been mainly snowboarding. I think people are asking about the cost of Stance socks. I think they're like $20 a pair. They're expensive, but they're good. Addie Lincoln says, crazy hours. It's 2:15 a.m. here. Damn. Well, thanks for staying up. Yeah, what time is it here? It's like 4. It's like 4:15. And Jay Bow says, is there still snowboarding there? Yeah, actually the glacier in Whistler opens tomorrow. So I'm gonna go buy my pass for the Whistler Glacier and get up there for some runs. Hopefully, yeah, they have a good setup. And Noah O'Neill says, what sandbox helmet do you think is the best for snowboarding and skateboarding? So I think if you want to use your helmet for both, then the Sandbox Legend helmet. Or wait, Legend? Yeah, the Sandbox Legend. So that's the one with no brim, and it's got a bunch of like air vents over the top and at the sides. And I think that's the best one for skateboarding because of the ventilation. And it's got that like classic, just like very simple skateboard design. So the Sandbox Legend. The other Sandbox helmet, I can't think of it, the Classic 2.0, that's the one with the brim. And it's cool too, but it doesn't have the same amount of air vents. So not as good for the skateboarding. Sean Ryan, when are you guys heading to Australia, New Zealand? The Oz season just started yesterday and there isn't much snow. Sad face. Oh no. We're gonna head down there in August and we're gonna be there for like 5 weeks, I think. So there's a 5 week ski snowboard trip to Australia, New Zealand coming up. Rob Gams, Burton or Union? I would go with Union. Sarah Lynn Patterson, what kind of bindings would you recommend? So I would recommend for like a beginner intermediate, the Union contacts. I like them. They're like a little bit, they're not too expensive. They're a softer binding, but if you're more into carving and like all mountain riding, then maybe the Union Atlas. Those are a bit stiffer, a bit more responsive. But yeah, those two are pretty cool. There's also a few other Unions out there, a few other models, but for a beginner, I'd go with the contacts. Ito Lopez says, damn, I want to learn how to snowboard. Excuse me, but I live in Florida. You're just gonna have to move. Just gonna have to move north. Ooh, so Addie Lincoln says stance width tips. That's a really, really good question, actually. So if you guys, for stance widths, it's actually changing. It's always changing, like the trends in how wide to put your stance. So there's no like set way of exactly how to put it. When I first started snowboarding, the trend was to have your stance really wide. And I think that like a wider stance, you're a bit more stable on your board. And you probably have, you know, I don't know, you're a bit more stable at high speeds. But the more you start to bring your stance in narrower, and I would say like an average stance is just like a little bit wider than your shoulder width. And that stance is gonna allow you to, you know, use your knees a bit more and a bit easier. And it's also gonna allow you to move your weight back and forth easier, which is important in snowboarding, moving your weight around for turning or for doing tricks or butters or anything like that. And recently I experimented with moving my stance even more narrow, and I actually felt that I had maybe a little bit less balance, but I was able to maneuver myself even better on my snowboard. So I think, I don't know, like a little bit wider than shoulders, or just like maybe a slightly more narrow, but yeah, not too wide. The wider you go, the harder it is to like use your knees to maneuver your weight, all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, play with your stance a little bit. I would say just like a little bit wider than your shoulder width, and you're pretty good. And CJ explored California or Colorado or Utah for spring snowboarding. Whew, I've actually never been to any of those places in the spring for snowboarding, so I'm not sure. I'd probably say Colorado, though, Colorado. But Mammoth could be good too. Maybe I would go Mammoth in Colorado and California. But CJ Explorer, did you just go on a snowboard trip to Colorado? How was it, man? Justin Visey says Mammoth is still open. Oh no, I want to be there. And Rock Dog asks, what degree are your bindings at? So I've set my bindings, it's like a twin stance, so plus 12 in the front, minus 12 in the back. And yeah, that's pretty much where I leave them for like just my regular riding, because that way I can ride switch if I want to, if I do 180s or anything like that. It's a very like versatile stance. But if it's a powder day and I'm gonna be riding in one direction the whole day, then I'll set my back foot to a -9 and my front foot to a +15. And that's just more of a directional, always going in one way stance. And yeah, that's what I set it. So +13, -13 for kind of like a freestyle feel, and then +15, -9 for for directional powder days, and like a carving day too. So CJ Explorer says, didn't run into TJ, but had a blast slashing that A Basin summer slush. Awesome, man. Very cool. Sorry you didn't see TJ there. I watched his last day at Arapahoe Basin, I think it is, video a couple of days ago. That was a really cool video. And Stick Noise 23 watching from Ontario, Canada. What's up, Stick Noise 23? I'm originally from Ontario, Canada too, from Oshawa. I don't know if you know Oshawa. Lauren has a tip for stance width. She says, for stance width, you can try measuring from your heel to your knee in a straight line to get the distance. I shifted my width in 2 centimeters today, and I think that definitely helped me with my turns. Awesome. Yeah, sometimes those little bits help a lot. And Stick Noise 23 is in Kitchener, Ontario. Very cool. Sarah Lynn, you're awesome, Kevin. Thanks so much for answering my question. I've been boarding for 8 years now and need to get a new board this coming season. The advice is super helpful. Awesome, thanks. Really happy that it's helping you out. Yeah, there's some really cool women's boards coming out this season as well. Yeah, definitely check some out. I'll try to give you, for all the women on the channel too, try to give you guys some advice. I know Jill's looking for a new snowboard for the upcoming season too. So as she starts to look for a board, we'll get some video content about that as well. And Lachlan Reagan says hi from Ireland. What's up, Lachlan? And Bartosz Biel says hi from Poland. Awesome. What's up, Poland? And Stick Noise 23, how long ago did you move out to BC? So I moved to BC to Whistler in 2003. And basically I was working at a resort in Ontario, teaching snowboarding. And one of the managers there had a connection in Whistler and got me a job that way. And I moved there temporarily for a couple months, and then went back to Ontario for the summer. And then as soon as I went back, I knew I made a mistake. And that following fall, moved back to Whistler for good. And been out here ever since. Had a bunch of my friends move out from Oshawa as well, from Ontario. Originally about maybe 12 friends or a dozen friends, and I think like half of them have stayed. So yeah, it's been pretty crazy. And then my sisters moved out to BC, my mom. So got some of the family out here now too. And we have somebody watching from Hong Kong. Hello from Hong Kong. What's up? Thanks for watching. Justin, thanks for tuning in, man. We'll see you next week. We'll see you in the on the Patreon chat. Yeah, guys, just a reminder, if you guys want to tune in for another live chat, do a second live chat on Patreon, patreon.com/SnowboardProCamp. There should be a link down in the description somewhere, but that's an awesome way to support the channel as well. So if you guys want to check out another live stream, I'm going to go on there tomorrow for 30 minutes. And yeah, it's an awesome way to support the channel. All right, we got lots of people talking about Butter 180s on here as well. Yeah, I feel like my favorite Butter 180 now is the backside 180 to tail butter, or to my new nose butter. And Lauren says more reviews of women's boards would be great. Absolutely. Yeah, if there's any women out there who want to do board reviews too, just send me an email. Always stoked to have new people on the channel. If anyone's interested. And Bartosz Biel asks, when will the season definitely end? So this year my season's not gonna end. I'm gonna try to snowboard every month here in Whistler for this month, also down at Mount Hood with High Cascade later in June, and then in July, I think July's a mystery right now, but August, September we'll be in New Zealand and Australia, and then maybe in October we're gonna see, but we might do like maybe a quick trip over to Europe to do some indoor snowboarding, and then there's also an indoor slope in oh, what's that place called? There's another indoor slope we might hit up, but and Sean Ryan says, I'm saving for a trip to Canada in a couple of years to snowboard. See all the sights. What are some key tourist spots, mountains that I have to go to? Whistler, man, come to Whistler. If you can come to Whistler, spend like a week or two here, then you're good. Also, I haven't been there, but I've heard that Banff is pretty cool. But Whistler's the main spot. Awesome, guys. So I'm just gonna end the live chat there. Been on here for over an hour. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in, and also thanks for everyone that did the super chats as well. So shout out to Lauren, to Red's Cap, Emilian Popoff, Adam Bad Riders, Shred 1904, Justin Visey, and Old Man Shredder. Go check out Old Man Shredder's YouTube channel. He's putting up all the skate vids. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah, so we do the live chat every Friday. TJ is going to be on here on Monday, so check out TJ's live chat on Monday, and then also going to do the live chat tomorrow on Patreon. Yeah, thanks again everyone for tuning in. Hope everyone has a great weekend out there. Thanks for everyone in Europe who's staying up to watch this. Really appreciate it, guys. I feel like you guys are the core audience here on the live stream, all you the big European crew. So thanks for staying up late. Thanks to everyone on the other side too, over in Australia, New Zealand, sort of that side of the world. I know it's early in the morning for you guys, so thank you guys for getting up early. And yeah, Lucifer, man, go to bed, dude. Awesome. Chris, man, thanks for catching the end of this. Amazing, guys. I hope you guys, if you're not shredding, hopefully this weekend you guys can get out, do something else, some kind of board sport. All right, peace, guys. Have a good weekend.